Thank you very much. Yeah. Some of this stuff that this brother said, I deny all of that. Right. But let me say this. I know when we were together, and my wife, Amina, when we were here, talking about Africa, when we were talking about blackness, people were telling us we were crazy.
That's right.
When we started talking about Africa, they thought we was insane. And then when we came out of there with them African clothes on, they tried to lock us up. But now I see people walking around with African clothes on. I ain't talking about nobody in here, of course. But now I see people with African clothes on who actually like the Mau Mau. After you run the British out, then they arrest the Mau Mau.
That's right.
They even tried to arrest Raz when he wanted people to speak. Down at the city council, they were singing what? We shall overcome. And he got locked up for doing that. So you have to remember this. We've come a long way. We've rolled the rock up the hill, like Du Bois say, you know about the sister syndrome? You roll the rock up and they roll it back down on your head. The rock is all the way down. It done rolled over into the bushes. It's so far down. And so we have to roll it back up. But one thing, because I got to go to another Kwanzaa. Y'all Negroes are so disorganized, you can't have one Kwanzaa. I got to go speak at another one. I want to say this. When you say Ujamaa, collective work, collective economics, you're really saying socialism. If you read Cabral, if you read Nkrumah, if you read Sekou Touré, if you read Biko, you're talking about socialism. Now the question is this, before you have socialism, you have to have a high level of democracy. We in that point now, we have to fight for a higher level of democracy. We have to fight for equal rights on one hand and self-determination. And some of y'all only think about self-determination and some of y'all only think about equal rights. We got to put that together. Wouldn't it have been better if Dr. King and Malcolm were together? Wouldn't it have been better if Garvey and Du Bois was together? You understand? When they split us up, like they split us who were wearing that African clothes from the Black Panthers, when they did that, when they split up us organization in Karinga from the Black Panthers, they did that for the same reason. They split Dr. King and Malcolm, that they split Garvey and Du Bois, so that we could not unite our forces and finally achieve self-determination and equal rights. I want to leave you with one thing, though. Now that our son, and I'm saying that very clearly, is a councilman at large, I would like you to do this. I would like you to go down to the city council and ask questions that he can answer. I want you to ask about education. I want you to ask about housing. I want you to ask about the police and the gangs. I want to ask about culture so that you can hear what Raz got to say and you hear what everybody else got to say so that you can make a judge based on the correct political line. So I'm going to leave. I got to go see this other group of black folks about Kwanzaa. But thank you very much. And Asante Sana, sister.